Hey guys, Vickie here, the Words Lady, and today is PJ Coach Day. Okay, so we haven't done PJ Coach Day in a while. I've thought about it, but we didn't, and it's also Crazy Hair Day because yesterday I was at a National Entrepreneurs Association event where I curled my hair. So anyways, I want to tell you about what happened. Hey Robert, I want to tell you about what happened this week. So it was my birthday week, and I went out with my husband to go to Kohl's and some other shopping and getting some meals and stuff like that. We went on a little birthday run and we went to Kohl's. And if you shop at Kohl's, you know that if you spend $50, you end up with a $10 coupon or credit or whatever, hey Vivian, that you can use later. So it's like $10 Kohl's cash that you get. Hey Phil. And I didn't think that I was going to spend $50 that day, but we went to two different Kohl's and I ended up spending the $50. But I needed a receipt that we had actually dropped off back at home. I went to one of the registers. They said I could use the picture from my phone. Another register when I went back said that I couldn't, and I got the picture from my kids because they were home. Anyways, here's where storytelling really, really helps. Now, disclaimer, use your storytelling tips and hacks and tricks for good, not evil. Okay? So we get in line and I'm like just a little bit short. And a lot of times they'll just round it up. But I had this lady, it was an older lady who just, as my mom says a lot of times, you have to go to the teens and the younger kids who don't care so much, right? Anyways, this older lady was like, she was not gonna round it up. She was not gonna give me my $10. And she was concerned that I could not use the receipt from my phone. So I went back into the store to find $2 worth of stuff so I could get my $10 Kohl's cash. Right? So I come back, and by then she's called the manager over, and he's this big guy, and they're all like, having an attitude that they're not going to let me have my $10 Kohl's cash. Oh my gosh. So I get to the register and they start telling me that they can't accept the phone receipt because they can't mark on the phone, and potentially what they need to do is mark on all the receipts so that you don't use the receipt again to get another Kohl's cash. There's $14 on that receipt. Potentially I could go out and spend another $35 and get another $10 Kohl's cash because that receipt wasn't written on. Like, really? Okay, so we all know that managers can make exceptions whenever they want to, right? This guy was stuck on, he was not gonna give me my Kohl's cash. So my husband, who is usually Mr. Nice Guy and Mr. Laid Back and kind of, okay, whatever, he got his pantyhose in a little bit of a bunch, which is actually, I told him, the most entertaining part of my day was his getting upset because he usually doesn't get upset. He started getting into the manager because he's just like, you're meaning to tell me that as a manager, you can't make an exception for somebody who's spent so much money in your store and this and that and whatever. And oh my word. So the manager's like, well, just because you bully me doesn't mean that I'm going to do it, sir. Just calm down. That was just so hilarious because Mike is Mr. like calm. Anyways, he was really truly hot. I asked him later. He was like, he was really truly mad. And I thought it was so funny, but anyways, he walked off. And as he's walking off, I'm saying to the guy, look, it was my birthday yesterday, and I didn't realize that I was going to come to another Kohl's and needed the receipt. We dropped it off at home. It was my mistake that I didn't bring it with me. And I asked him for an exception. I said, as a manager, I know you can make this exception for me. It's just one receipt. And he had a little tag on his thing, and I don't remember what his name but it said associate since 2002. I pointed at his tag and I said, I've been a customer longer than you have worked here. And I promised not to use the receipt. I told him I really understood that his policy was that he had to write on those receipts because they didn't want people to reuse them again. And then I reiterated that, you know, it was my birthday. Please, just this once, if you could make this exception. We were just going on the birthday rounds. The $50 gift card that I was using was a birthday gift from my husband. And that if he could just do it this once, I wouldn't ask him again. The thing was, I also stayed really firm. I think he kind of knew that I was not moving away from the register until I got what I wanted. Like, I was planted, and I was just like, it's a standoff, you know, I'm gonna get what I want. But I want to go back to this, like, let's break this down, because in the end, I got what I want, because, you know, Vickie gets what she wants. I got my $10 Kohl's cash, and the kicker bonus funny part is the extra $2 that I went into the store to go find. I didn't actually have to buy that because they were all so flustered and whatever, and then the cashier was trying to tell the guy that, oh, she still has to make this purchase, but he gave me the $10 Kohl's cash anyway. And then afterwards, she's like, well, do you still want this, ma'am? And I'm like, well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore, right? Anyways, it was just the little bit of that attitude that both of them kind of had, and especially the cashier, who was just like, she's not getting her Kohl's cash no matter what. It was just hilarious, because we all know that when you have a good customer, you make exceptions to certain things sometimes in the store, you know, in those types of instances. And seriously, it was $10 of Kohl's cash, really. So let's go back and break this down, though, because there's a lesson in here about storytelling. So first, what I did was I hit his heart. I told him it was my birthday. I told him it was a celebration. I told him how disappointed I was. And then I asked for his help. I asked him to make an exception. As a manager, somebody with authority and with power that could do something like this, I asked him for an exception. And then I made a promise. I promised to him that I would not use that receipt again to try to get another, you know, set of Kohl's cash a little later on, right? I also showed that I understood him, because I said I understood his policy. I get that the reason why they're doing that is because they don't want somebody to reuse the receipt. And I understood that. I then again, of course, promised. Then what I did was I asked again. I asked repeatedly. Repeatedly. That part is about sales, right? Not necessarily the storytelling part, but I asked repeatedly for what I wanted. Please, can you make an exception? Give me my $10 Kohl's cash this once. It's my birthday, right? And then, like I said, I stayed firm. I was planted there. I repeated myself. I think he knew that I was not moving, like I said, you know, and I just kept saying, you know, please, just this one time. I know it's an exception. I've been a long-time customer. I've been a customer for over 20 years. And in the end, of course, he was very nervous. I don't know. He kept tapping the table, the counter, with his keys. And he's like, I'm trying to figure out how I can help you, ma'am. And I'm thinking, is he thinking he's going to get in trouble? Because, like, this is a managerial exception. Like, you can do these things, right? I don't think they're going to get in trouble over a matter of a $2 difference and not writing on a receipt, because, like, who's going to know anyway? So see what I said? Say, like, I hit his heart, right? It's always a heart. You got to hit the heart. You got to make an offer, right? Or actually, you got to go ahead. So it's head, heart, offer. Hit his heart, hit his logic that, you know what? I promise I'm not going to do this. You can make this exception as a manager, right? Logic. Long-time customer, logic. Back to, it's my birthday. I'm really sorry I don't have the receipt. And I stayed firm, right? So there you go. But use your storytelling for good. I consider this good, right? So I got my $10. Let me know the next time you do something like this. Tell me how it works and what you learned about using stories and making an offer and staying firm. I'd love to hear from you. All right, talk to you later. Bye.